We got problems. Sucking my gut. We got problems. This showed at my house. It looks like it's been in a fight with one of them CFU guys, UFC guys. Yeah, that's the one. And I think it was in a fight. Lost an eyeball. I wasn't fighting. It wasn't me. I'm a lover, not a fighter. This is it resembles a 2003 Kangaroo Impreza Works car. This one doesn't work. It's broke. We're gonna fix it. It's in serious need of Dan Baden on this side here, which I'll try to spare you some of the carnage, okay? But for those of you that might want to see, are into that kind of thing, I'll get some close-ups. But for those of you who are a little, don't have a strong constitution, I'll make sure there's warnings so that when we get to that, you can look away. Because not only is it missing an eyeball, it's been disemboweled. It's missing organs. You ever hear the story about the businessman who wakes up in his hotel bathtub, ice, blood, pain, missing organs? That's what happened here. It's missing the thing that makes it cold. It's missing the thing that gives it power. One thing at a time. My plan is to get this thing working. This has a mathematician's engine in it. It's not an alphabet engine. It's not the I or the W or the B. They don't have alphabet engines. They don't have the I or the B or the W. The W. Yeah. This is just it's a hyphen engine. The minus sign. It's a mathematician's engine. Minus sign. And this is a minus sign engine. It's a hyphen, minus sign. Subtraction engine. That's what I'm going to call it, subtraction engines. I don't know why, but this comes from upside down land, so that might have something to do with it. Where they have kangaroos and crocodiles, and apparently a lot of shrimp because they barbecue that quite a bit. That's what I've been told. But it's the land down under, which makes me wonder if the people in upside down land refer to us as the land up top. I don't know. If you're from that upside down place, or you know somebody who is, ask them if we're the land up top, since they're the land down under. But it's no wonder. I've been told that the people from upside down land get rowdy. All in good faith, though. It's not like they're mean people. They like to get rowdy. Got a lot of energy. And maybe that's what happened here. He just got a little carried away, and I'd hate to see what the other guy looked like. This has the whirling machine that puts more air into the subtraction box and makes it go faster. It makes it go faster. And it uses all of its wheels, all of its legs to go better. Not just the front ones or the back ones, it uses all of them. It's a sticky go-go machine thing, the 3-pedal variety. I don't know anything about these kangaroo cars. I've never owned one. This one just showed up at my house because they didn't want it. All because it just was missing an eyeball. But I didn't break it. It showed up at my house like this, in this condition. Like, why? There's nothing wrong with it that can't be corrected. Like, we're not about destruction here. We're at Steel Ghost Garage. We're about redemption. That's what we're going to do. We're going to redeem this kangaroo car. And we're going to take you along with the journey. And you can create all kinds of memories with your friends and family. That's what these things do. They create memories. So that's what we're going to do with this one. We're going to create memories. And I'm going to share those with you. I don't know how long it's going to take. I mean, it's massive surgery, right? Like, got a new set of spectacles on the ground here that needs to go in here. I don't know how to do that. It's not like Legos, you know, where you can just put it on. You got to get like a dragon breath fire machine and cut all that out. And it's massive surgery. We're talking like on the operating table for hours, which I'm not certified as a car surgeon, so I don't know how to do any of that. Maybe I'll find somebody who can do the operation. But I think before we get to any of that, then there's a story behind all of this. This right here is going to be a sad story. Tragedy and heartache. It begins with perfection and ends with devastation and destruction. Again, I had nothing to do with the destruction, but that's a story for another time. And this is another story. This is a story about perfection that ends in, like many stories, tragedy and heartache. I think what I'm going to do is make this subtraction box work. It needs organs to do that, and I've gotten some organs for it. I don't know if I have it all. We got serious problems over here that we'll go into detail on. But I figure if I can get the subtraction box to work and it doesn't sound like it's got bigger problems, then we'll see if it does the forward-backward thing. And if that's the case, then we'll work on getting a facelift. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to go this way. I can't go that way. I'll go this way. Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay, this is what I think we should do to get the kangaroo car to work. Number one, wiring. So there was exposed wires. There's exposed wire, like 5 exposed wires coming off the subtraction machine. And then there was a little Lego piece that was just hanging out in there. And the Lego piece that connects to is laying in there. It's got wires in it that are not exposed. But the colors don't match. I was thinking I could just do red to red and blue to blue. No, the exposed wires are different colors than the other Lego piece that's got the wires in it. And on that side there's 2 white wires. But I'll show you. You'll see it. It shouldn't just again. Why don't you just make them all white, and then it doesn't matter which ones get connected to which ones because they're all white. Or all blue. I don't care what color you use. It's a story for another time. So we gotta fix wiring because I think that's important. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff, so yeah, we're gonna try to fix that. Lightning bugs, also AKA plugs. Why they're called plugs? Don't plug anything. You plug things into them, I guess. I don't know. I'm assuming it has lightning bugs in it. I don't know. I've got new ones. If it doesn't, or if the ones that are in there are broke, they don't make lightning anymore. A clock belt. I'm not wearing one, and I don't know if it is. I'm assuming it's got a clock belt thing in it, but I don't know what condition it's in. I know it doesn't have a chain. This is not a 2 chains car. It's a belt car. So we'll need to see what condition that is. And then while we're in there, look at the Crayola crayon marks on the clock thing and see if they're crooked. Because I've been told that's important to make sure that the crayon marks are lined up correctly. I don't know how to do that. I know Bill knows how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. Hoover lines. I pulled one off that's cracked. You'll see it, it's over there. I got new Hoover lines for it. And then sweat lines. Spiders on me, what the heck, man? Go somewhere else. Find another home. What was I saying? Bill, where was that? Oh, yeah, sweat lines. They're probably the factory ones. So I'll have to check to see if they're not leaking the sweat all over the place. Interdimensional freezer machine. As we talked about the other day, that I think this kangaroo car got in a fight. And the more I look at it, I think maybe, my forensic faculties are telling me that it got mugged. Because it lost an eyeball. It's got a back boob on this side. The teeth got knocked out of it. And they stole stuff from it. When he's on the ground, down and out, they stole a bunch of stuff from him. So I think he got mugged. Or, it looks like he put up a decent fight, but he's probably outnumbered. So it's missing the interdimensional freezer machine that works in concert with that spinny, whirly, go-fast machine. And it needs that to work. So I never had a car with one of them. Well, that's not true. I've never worked in a car with one of those. But it has to have it. So I got one. It's over there, right behind you. It's in the box. Just look right over there. It's very confusing. It looks like, it's got all these Hoover line connections and different stuffs that go into it. It looks like a interstate connection section junction thing. I don't even know where all this stuff goes, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Freezer breathing suction box. that was gone too, and I didn't take it. I didn't take any of this stuff. It was missing when it got here. But I have one. It's in the passenger seat. I put it there. I didn't want to lose it. So we'll get that in. Fenders. Now, don't get confused. This isn't a guitar lesson. There's other channels for that. We're talking about fenders. You know, this one's got a boo-boo. It's probably out late. Probably going places where it shouldn't go late at night. My dad always said, nothing happens good after 11 o'clock anyway, so what are you doing out after 11? And that's not entirely true. I've had some really good stuff happen after 11 o'clock. That's a story for another time. It's going to take more than a Band-Aid to fix it. So we're going to have to do some surgery on this side to correct that. Because he ain't going to walk around like that. I mean, the ladies are going to look at him and be like, what happened to your face? Your grill's all messed up. You won't look handsome for the ladies, right? So I got to get that corrected. Otherwise, the ladies are just gonna be like, something happened to him. I mean, I get it. Chicks dig scars, but that's not a scar. That's not a scar. So got some. They're not. They've got some scars. There are scars on these ones. So the chicks are gonna dig that. He needs a lady kangaroo car to hang out with, right? Like, that seems reasonable. Headlights. Okay, so yeah, we need to fix this one, right? Because it's missing. But it's a tragedy that he lost his eyeball. But it's not all that tragic, because if you've seen the other one, if this one looked anything like that one, then it's actually probably a benefit that he lost it, because that one looks like the kangaroo car is falling asleep. And that's not a good look. Like, I don't need a kangaroo car dozing off in the middle of the street that people are going to wonder. Like, I get enough shut-eye. So we got new ones. They look better. We got to make it aesthetically pleasing. And attract the other smoking hot kangaroo cars. Who's talking to me? Okay. So, this is our plan. Alright, did I go through everything? Bill, what did I miss? I know you're going to tell me, but you're going to tell me after the fact. You're going to let me figure it out, what I forgot in this list. And then you're going to be like, well, I could have told you that you missed that. And then I'm going to say, why didn't you tell me? Hopefully we get Sparkles out here to help us out with this, since she's the only mechanic in the family. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just do this to try to keep myself sane. Boy, this tire is really worn on this side. Not so much over here, but over here. Whoever had this tire should have done an alignment. I learned that from Sparkles. A marriage advice tip for the day is, if you want to have a happy marriage, marry a woman that works on cars, or marry a man that works on cars, whichever whichever type of person you're going after. All right, so remember I told you correct Hoover line. Yeah, this one's in bad shape. I don't remember where it goes, but got a new one here. This one's really cheap. Probably will last about 100 miles before I have to replace it. Got it at that Ozone place, or the Auto Riley, whatever that place is called. Oh, here's the Lego piece that I was telling you about. So there's 5 areas back here where those wires went in. And yeah, so that's Lego. So I gotta see about getting the other Lego piece wires disconnected. If all else fails, you use more violence. Like that's how you get this done. As if at first you don't succeed, you just use more violence. I'll show this to you. This is the connection diagram for the Lego pieces that I need to connect. And what you'll notice here is I'm looking for a blue and white wire. So I've gone through the 180 some odd pages looking for a blue and white wire. There wasn't any. It's because they're not labeled as blue and white here. They're labeled as WL. L is blue in upside down line. We're going to, and then I have my cheat sheet on how to do that. Put those together. So that's first order of business is to try to what I think I'm going to use. Do you think that we could use something like this Lego piece to replace the one that's in there? We're going to try that and see what happens. Alright, so this is what I found in my wiring diagram. So this is the male connector, this is the female connector. This male connector is the one that was stripped out, had the exposed wires. These are color coded based on the wiring. So you have orange and blue, white and blue, orange, white, and red and blue. And you have white, green, red, black, and white. And so these are based on position of the connector. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And down here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. We can see this B20 connector on here, but the E1 is not on here. This is the crankshaft position sensor, the camshaft position sensor, and the knock sensor. So all of those are connected in the engine harness, and then they all come together into this one E1 wiring harness that goes to the B20. The B20 is one I'm going to rip out. And then I've already got the Deutsch connector on this side, so now I'm going to put the Deutsch connector on that side. So, this did not work out the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. So I got this part in. Now I just got to do this side. And then connect the two Lego pieces together. We're good. Alright, I pulled these out. And of course, I broke one of them. So this means that I'm not going to save any of these connectors, so I'm going to have to cut all of them. Which I didn't want to do because I don't have a ton of wire here, but it'll work. It's not terrible. So what we're going to do is we'll strip all these down, get them cleaned up, and I'll get them mounted into, I don't know what I do with them either. I have the male side, I don't have the female side. I think I laid it down over there. So we'll get the female side mounted in here, and then we'll make sure that I got my cheat sheet. Like I said, I'm leaving 6 connected in here so I can delineate between these two white wires. One goes to 6 and the other one goes to 4. And so obviously this is not set up in the same position, but we can at least map color to color from where they're mounted in the male side to the female side. So I'm gonna get started on that. Managed to get it wired in. It's about 98% sure that the wires are where they need to be. Like I said, I use these Deutsch connectors. They, out of all the wiring I've done in cars, they have in my opinion, the best quality and the best success. I've used really cheap ones that I feel like those are the kinds of things that you're going to rewire it in 2 years anyways. So these seem to last, and they actually look pretty factory. So now that we got that done, I'm going to work on getting the lightning bugs out. I got a lot of access since everything's been removed, so it shouldn't be too hard to get in here. I don't have to remove an airbox, and batteries are already out. I got access on both sides of the subtraction machine here, so I've never done this before, so we'll see how much I wrestle with it. I'm going to go around and check each one just to make sure. I don't think I'm going to do a compression test on this thing. If we get it running and we identify that, we can come back through and take a look, because if we got bad compression, I'm probably going to end up rebuilding the whole thing anyway. I kind of want to get it at least idling just to see what kind of issues that the actual engine has. But let's start with plugs, and then we'll get down the list. So here's the plug that I pulled out of, I think it was in cylinder 1. These look brand new. Spark's out here helping me with this. I don't think we're going to actually replace these, because they look, these are NGKs. They're the same thing I bought, so, and I think it's a waste of time to try to swap these out.
And you have new ones, right?
Yeah, we have new ones.
Okay, so then, yeah, that's good. So if we ever do need to replace them, we have them.
Yeah, so we're just going to leave it for now.
He was like, hey, do you want to try this? And I said, what is it? He goes, Powerade Mountain Dew. He said you do equal parts Powerade. No. He said you do 80%, I don't know. All I know is that you mix the two, and it's supposed to be delicious.
All right, get over here and tell me what we did.
No, I looked so ugly just now. Okay, took the fenders off. They're gone.
Yeah.
You can't see. We bought new bolts because there are these bolts right here. Because the guy, I don't know what he did. He probably went off. Wow.
We can edit that out.
He went off road or something, and I think he scraped. I don't know. I mean, the car looks pretty low. I don't know. But the pinch welds on the side were like inside of the car, so we had to pull them out. And the bolts that were connected to the bottom piece of the fender were like nubs, so we couldn't get the ratchet thing on. Then we did the alternator. Took off the headlights and everything. What else did we do? Oh, wiring. Ooh. Wiring. Took the hood off.
Okay, what's next?
Oh, we checked the plugs.
We did check plugs, yeah.
But they seem like they're in pretty good condition. Dad will show you the clip.
Mm-hmm. Took the front intercooler bracket off too.
Yeah, because we're gonna put the intercooler right here, right?
Top mount, yeah.
Yep. And then we made some progress with our. Oh, we can take. Oh, are you talking about putting it back on?
Probably.
Or just.
That's okay.
So we're gonna do the intercooler, and then the cold air intake. Put some coolant in it. Okay. So then we'll just put the intake in, and then the intercooler. Put some coolant in there. See if she runs.
Okay, let's get into it. So, it runs. The Kangaroo works. Not well. The first time we started it, realized the oil pressure sending unit was not present, so shot oil all over the place. Ordered a new one, got that put in, put everything back together, started it up. It's running, but the crank pulley is now loose, so it's wobbling all over the place. So we'll have to order a new crank pulley. I might do a lightweight. Spark got the fenders on, and we're gonna work on headlights. But for right now, I think we're done for this video. Appreciate you guys checking in. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video. I have a ton of other things I want to get done with this car, along with the other 11 that we've got. I'm excited about some of the opportunities we have for this car. Going to get it out on the road and save this one. Again, this was in a salvage yard. It was ready to be destroyed, parted out, whatever, all because of just a little fender problem on the passenger side. So I'm glad we're going to be able to save this one and get it back out on the road. Again, thanks guys for checking in. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time.